right back. Who is the best right back in the world? Now, I think it's a tough one. It's a real tough one because no, I'm not. It's a real tough one. I'm not going to go and put Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I can't do that. I think it's too early. However, the person that a lot of people will put there or may put there, in this podcast or elsewhere, there's questions and comparison between that guy and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So it's like, well, maybe I can talk about him. Maybe I can. Like, I have to say, for me, is there a better defensive right back in the world than Aaron Wan-Bissaka? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. A defensive, I mean, there's no defensive right back in the world better than Wan-Bissaka. Is there better attacking right backs than Wan-Bissaka? I would say there's a lot. There's a lot of attacking right backs than Wan-Bissaka. However, he does get criticized unfairly in time because I've seen him put in a lot of good crosses. And there's been no one there to put in the back of the net. In the last few weeks, you've seen a few people actually put in the back of the net. So if you look at how many chances he's actually creating, he's actually creating more than the numbers of assists will suggest. But again, it's not in the league of a lot of the other fullbacks out there. And in this modern game, you have to have the balance, I think, between the attack and defense. For a specific team, it might be cool. You might say, all right, you just need to defend because our wing is good enough. Or you can attack because the centre back can cover. But I think in the modern game, as an individual position, your fullback need to be able to attack and defend, and he has to work on his attacking. So, honourable shout out to Wan-Bissaka. I ain't putting him there. In the same breath, you have to talk about Trent. And now the difference between him and Wan-Bissaka is that he's actually got, you might say, something to bring to the table. You know how good an attacker he is, set pieces, etc. Brilliant on the ball. Probably the best attacking right back in the world right now. I think that's a fact. Best attacking right back in the world. But his defending leaves a lot to be desired compared to a lot of the other fullbacks. And as I said, you need that balance. In the Liverpool side, it might work more often than not because, they are the best team. And this is going to be a World 11, so you're going to have the best centre-backs next to him, so you can carry him defensively, as I would say Liverpool defence has been doing. But as an individual position, his defence is questionable. So I'm gonna have to leave him out. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to leave him out. I'm gonna put Joshua Kimmich in there at right back. I think he has got the balance of attack and defense. He's got the versatility in terms of playing in midfield, so you can't really question his ability on the ball in that regard. His assist numbers have been, and even goal numbers for a right back have been up there in seasons gone by, last couple of years. And I think he's just got the good balance between both attack and defense. So I'm going to put Joshua Kimmich there. But of course, that decision ain't going to be solely mine. Kyle.
I mean, I hear where you're going with this. I do hear where you're going with this. I mean, I don't even know why we're even giving an honourable shout out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wait, was my mic muted? It wasn't.
I was accident.
Okay. Yeah. I don't even know why we're even giving an honourable shout out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Guy hasn't done nothing yet, man. He's not yet proven. He's not yet proven. And in my head, it was pretty much the same between Trent and Kimmich. And Kimmich is a lot more versatile than Trent in the sense that he can play more positions, and his overall quality as right back has more depth to it in terms of attacking, defending, being creative, etc. Whereas Trent is more so one-dimensional, whereas he's more just attack. There's very little to his defensive game. So Kimmich is a bit more versatile. However, the quality and level that Trent is at in terms of being able to go forward, attack, and do what he does, the standard is so high that I don't think there's any other fullback out there that is capable of reaching that level, whether it's attacking wise or defensively.
Whoa! Do you think that his attacking is better than anyone else's defending?
Yes.
See, I'm gonna disagree with you, and obviously, I'm not saying. Put it like this: when you compare how many, it's a bit difficult because the number of crosses he puts in is more than Wan-Bissaka gets tackled. But Wan-Bissaka gets double that. But the number of crosses he puts in and chances he creates compared to the number of times Wan-Bissaka or his percentage of tackles won, I would argue that Wan-Bissaka's defending is better than Trent's attacking. Wan-Bissaka don't get. You can't do past Wan-Bissaka.
No, but for me, that's an unfair comparison.
So how are you judging it? How are you saying that?
No? Because when you look at it like that, right? Generally, more often than not, it's a 1v1 in Aaron Wan-Bissaka's case, whereas the player's got the ball and he's having to tackle the player with the ball. And, there might be occasions where he's 2-on-1. There might be two attackers playing about with each other, playing 1-2s and whatnot, and Wan-Bissaka has to do it two of them. But more often than not, it's a 1v1 situation. Whereas with Trent, he's crossing into the box for it to be successful. Generally, you have like a minimum of at least 4 opposition players in the box, and you're trying to pick out one player. It might be Sadio Mane or a Salah or Firmino, one, maybe 2 players in the box that you're trying to pick out amongst a crowd of 4 or 5 players. So the accuracy and the precision for it to be successful compared to a 1v1 tackle, for me, that's an unfair comparison.
Right, but then, because my argument would be, what can Wan-Bissaka do more? And if the answer is nothing, then that means no defender could be better defensively than Trent going forward, or even equal to. Because I'm looking at Wan-Bissaka as a fullback, I'm like, defensively, like, I don't know. Obviously you can improve as a defender. It might be a position into the, but I don't think Trent's perfect going forward. I don't.
No, I'm not saying it, but I'll give you 2 examples. You say, where could either of them go? For Trent to improve attacking wise, or for Wan-Bissaka to improve defensively. Danny Alves, Philip Lahm, Ashley Cole. Those are 3 fullbacks I give you, all better defensively and offensively than their counterparts. Like Danny Alves was a better attacker than Trent is right now, hands down. I don't think anyone will argue that. So if you say, "Oh, how can Trent improve?" Look at Danny Alves. If he can get to that level, then he's improved himself. How can Wan-Bissaka improve himself? If he can get as good as Ashley Cole or Philip Lahm, then he's improved himself. So for me, in terms of their levels where they're at, I just think that Trent is better attacking wise than Wan-Bissaka. Yes, they both can still improve, but I just think Trent is better than Wan-Bissaka.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but for me at the right back position, I'm putting Trent there just for how good he is. And like you said, because we're having a World 11, we're expecting our centre backs to be of the highest order, so we can forgive Trent not being the best defender. And for me, he can go at right back.
Fair enough. I'm gonna come to Nat because I think I know his answer, but go on. Right back. Nathaniel Klein, that's your boy, isn't it? What happened to your boy? Or was that your boy, Ramon? Who is it? Both of you, probably. You look
for right back, for me, it's between Kimmich and Trent. Like Trent, I think he's 21, so he's still got a lot of like time to develop as a right back. I can tell you for free, Trent is going to be here for a long time. He's going to be the best in the world for a long time. But at the same time, don't roll your eyes, man. But at the same time, yeah. At the same time, Kimmich, like as a right back overall, when I think of a right back, their first job is to defend. For me personally, defend first, attack later. You get me? But like, if I was to pick, I'd pick Trent still because he adds a lot to the game. He adds a lot to the game.
Man's trying to fake.
He adds a lot, like he adds a lot, like going forward, and like obviously he's still young, so he still has time to improve his defending in general, and like he's a baller, bro. Man said corner, I got that. Free kick, I got that. Crosses, I got that. Defending, I'm getting there. That's as soon as he patterns the defending, we don't even need to discuss this. We'll be like, best right back in the world, Trent. That's it. No discussion. I don't even know why Wan-Bissaka was even mentioned. Like, I don't know why it was mentioned.
That's what that matters, isn't it?
He's not levels.
I'm not one to follow social media trends, but they call him Prophet, inshallah. Hit and hold. Long things and that you spoke about in the 4-4-2. I think he would benefit from a 4-4-2. Just launch the upfield to the two strikers. There it is. Even more than he's getting more.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think Trent will get as good as Danny Alves?
I want him to. I want. Say that again.
I just said he needs to work on his defending.
He does. That's what I said. If Trent works on his defending and he gets that up to scratch, there's no discussion because he can go forward and he can defend. That's it. He's got right back on lock. As long as he gets the defending side sorted, he's there. Like I think he's probably like 75% there. Give him maybe a year or two, and that's it.
That's a reach, man. 75.
Yeah, give him a year or two. He'll be 23 by then. He would have to have developed.
I got a shout. Listen, I know before Ramon comes in, I've got a shout out Kimmich, innit? Because the man has been like Trent's been doing his bit. Yeah, I got to give him that. But don't think that Kimmich weren't putting up these assist numbers 2 years before or a year before Trent. Like we've been putting up these numbers. He has been doing like he won a Champions League in that part. So I think Trent was a pivotal in Liverpool winning. That Barcelona game, that kind of moment put him on another level. Like immortalized him in Liverpool fans. That we're going to talk about corner taking quickly for years to come. Up there with Gerrard against Olympiacos and everything there, but Kimmich has been getting the assists. He's been getting the numbers. But it's not my decision, is it? Ramon, up to you. I think I might end up with a tie. Let's see.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
You can't be getting it, by the way. Not this time.
Well, this is the thing, and I feel like no, but I feel like we have to go back to the original discussion that we had. Is it this year? Is it this season?
I think it was this season.
This season, where I said publicly on the podcast that Bellerin is better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I need to see more from Trent Alexander-Arnold to say he's definitely got that in the locker and stuff. And I feel like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen the development of Trent since that game against Arsenal back in August till now. And I can safely say Trent Alexander-Arnold is a better right back at the moment than Hector Bellerin. It's going to improve though, but
the only thing Hector's better than him is in the fashion industry and the Instagram thing.
And that is each to your own if that's what you actually believe. Now, in terms of best right back in the world, this is what I had my battle with this. And the reason I had my battle with this, because, before I would have said definitely Joshua Kimmich should go in there with his performances for both Bayern and Germany. And then last year, Bayern paid £30 million for a right back. And then I was a bit confused because I thought, so Kimmich is their right back, calm. I literally thought, done. They're done for a good 10 years. Maybe a bit less, maybe about 8 years or whatever. They're good. Like they had Lahm, he left, Kimmich is here. They're good. They're nice. Then they spent £30 million on Pavard, who had a brilliant World Cup, and not quite sure how he was for Stuttgart, but obviously enough for them to spend the money. And then at the time, there was people saying, "Well, he's going to be the backup right back." They've got Kimmich, and then you've got Pavard, and Pavard's going to slot in as their backup right back. And in this season, Kimmich has played most of his games in DM.
Yeah,
They played 10 games this season at right back for Bayern Munich, and that's only been majority when Pavard has been unavailable.
It's funny because a lot of people say that they think Trent could move into central midfield.
Yeah. So there's that sort of transition period potentially for both of them, for both of them to move. And I think Kimmich is definitely sort of slotted more into the DM sort of role. Then maybe Trent I could see maybe getting a bit more as an attacking minded if it was, but I don't even see that for the time being. So I actually wonder where we'll be in a couple of years with this chat of Kimmich being the best right back because I mean, if we keep the way he's going, and you're saying about his assists this season, the majority of his assists has come as a DM. He's got 2 assists.
That's in the last couple years.
Yeah, but you said even this season he's got assists coming from where, but yeah, the majority has been from DM. And the past 2 years as a right back,
like nearly 20 assists.
He's like a right wing.
Yeah,
and it's a very different type of attacking right back to Trent as well, which is mad because we're now talking about attacking right backs, but then it's a whole different type. It's not a I'm going to get the ball and just whip it like Trent. It's a direct. He will run at you like a winger, and then and feed it in or cut it back. So it's a different type of attacking. I don't think either of them are the best defenders. I see weaknesses in both, and I think that's probably why they probably bought a right back, because I feel like because if Kimmich is getting that many assists at right back, he can't be his attacking faults that Bayern wanted to change. So it must be the fact that his defending isn't as good as maybe they want it to be, and that's why they bought Pavard.
Good. Well, you have to kind of defend him.
Yeah, you have to defend, but they've got players in that position to do that, and he maybe he's just good enough to slot in there, but maybe it's his one-on-ones. I don't know, but they found it wasn't for him. Maybe they see him as a better player there. But as I said, I base my World 11 based on what I've seen in the past few years, not just a one season. And if it was maybe this season, I wouldn't. If it was this season, I probably wouldn't even put him up there as up there, because I feel like it's harsh on other right backs. But for me, I'm gonna put Kimmich there as my right back over Trent, just because. Yeah, the past 3 years I've seen it mad in him to do that role on a casual level, and I think Trent is definitely up there, and I think he probably may take that mantelpiece in years to come. I just feel like I'm just gonna edge it just to Kimmich as an overall.
Okay. So that's a tie. Trent, Kimmich. Nobody went for Wan-Bissaka, surprised. But no, you didn't back. No, anyway. You lot, let us know in the comments below who you would have as a right back.